Hi guys. Um, I read this article in the Guardian newspaper just this morning. I don't know if you all been following this, this news going on about the Cambridge firm. So, for those of you who are not familiar with the news, Cambridge firm, it's a data consulting company that what they did was they've been accused of actually influencing the election, the U.S. election, in the favor of the current U.S. president, Donald Trump. So actually what they did was they just asked a very simple question. They used the survey to ask a very simple question that people would just answer, straightforward question. So out of that, survey, they got about 50 million data from people, and they used it. So Mark Zuckerberg just actually broke his silence this early morning in CNN, which actually admitted and is admitted to face Congress and even the UK House of Parliament as well. So he's admitted to it, and so he's admitted mistake for letting that slip. So anyway, so as this story is unfolding, I'm consuming the story as it unfolds. So it's for me, it was kind of a bit of surprising this morning to read a different branch of the story. That branch of the story on the Guardian is Nigeria came into the picture. Nigeria came into the picture in the fact that, anyway, before speaking about the Nigerian fact, they also influenced the reason why the House of Parliament wants to speak with Facebook, the owner of Facebook, Mark, is because the firm actually admitted as well influencing the Brexit vote as well. So that's why the House of Parliament will speak with him. Anyway, so coming back to the Nigerian branch of this funny story is, before actually even thinking about working for the US, to influence the US election, they've already worked to influence the last Nigerian election. And they said few weeks to the election, which was, according to the story, was a very short period of time. So they got a phone call. The CEO of the company got a phone call. The lady got a phone call. So she flew to Washington to meet this old Nigerian guy, which gave them that offer, and they were paid $2 million. So to influence the online presence of Jonathan. So that's what they did. But we all know how everything ended. Jonathan lost. However, they flew down to Nigeria and to work from there. So why they were doing all those things? I mean, the story went into some details. It's when you read this thing, it just feels like a script out of Hollywood. I'm telling you. Anyway, the Buhari people was not left behind. What the Buhari people did was to consult the same firm that worked for Obama. I think what they did as early enough. So the same firm that worked for Obama, which that Obama Hope logo we all come to embrace, and yes we can. It was that firm that actually promoted that slogan, and that iconic Hope logo, that everybody were influenced with. So anyway, so the story is so funny that because I already know what the distance a lot of politics. Politics is a dirty game. It's a dirty game. So I already know the distance a lot of politicians or Nigerian politicians will go to influence election, or to win an election, or to stay ahead in the election race. So for someone for someone to bring out $2 million to pay a firm on behalf of Jonathan, you have to understand what that person is stand to gain if Jonathan was re-elected. So no Nigerian will spend $2 million just for the fact that they feel that out of goodwill that Jonathan should be there. No, that is never going to happen. We all know. We all know, because they know they stand so much to gain and so much to lose if it goes either way. So the same people that spent all what they did to make sure Buhari won the election. So it's just like that. It's like that. So for those people to go this far, to get into the digital war. Let me say, to get into the digital war, the digital campaign. I mean, we are in a generation where you cannot ignore that fact. But now there's this debate going on now that if too much internet or too much social media is causing a lot of problem. I think yes, it is causing a lot of problem. It all depends on how you look at it. But anyway, that's a different topic later. Let's just focus on this meddling of the Nigerian election by this consulting data firms, companies. So it is something that should start to trouble everyone. I mean, the state of Nigerian democracy is already troubling. So the fact that they want to go to this stand and start, going online, using this online battle to try to influence the election, is something that needs to start to concern a lot of us. Because we know the power of this online presence. If it's misused, it's going to become very terrible. Anyway, so like I said, it's a very funny story. I really encourage a lot of people to read the story. For those of us who consume a lot of news coming out, I'm sure they're very familiar. But those of you that are not familiar, it's something for you to read, because now that the election is coming up again, this funny part about it is that this firm actually, when they started working online present in Nigeria, they were actually perfecting the skills. That's what they said. They were working on their skill, trying to refine that tactics. Now what they did was to apply that already verified tactics they used. Like Nigeria was like a training ground for them. Nigeria election was a training ground for them to practice what they needed. So they finally figure out what they needed to do, maybe the mistake they made or everything where they should improve. Then they applied it to the US election, and they applied it to the Brexit. Right? We also saw how that went. The Brexit out of nowhere, succeeded, and out of nowhere, out of all Donald Trump won. So we all saw how that played out. So it's something that needs to start worrying a lot of people. And 50 million people's data out of Facebook, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. So like I said, Nigerian politics is shit already. I was listening to one of these online journalists, one of these street journalists, these guys that with a backpack, they go on the street of Lagos and interview people. So one of them interviewed this guy. So what this guy said, which made a whole lot of sense, this guy, in just 4 minutes, this guy made a whole lot of sense a lot of politicians have not made in 20 years. The guy said, he said, from his own conclusion, that Nigeria has been ruled by the oligarch family, or the oligarch clan. And when he actually broke why he meant Nigeria has been ruled by this the oligarch clan, is when he broke it down, I actually agree that the guy made a lot of sense. So what he said that look at the set of people that have been ruling us since Nigeria, getting independent from the British. It's the same old people. What they did is that they just, they change their clothing and they bring them back. They've just been featuring the same old people. They've been recycling the same old people. If it's not them, it's someone next to them. If not someone next to them, it's just the same old thing. That's the reason why Nigeria will never change. Nigeria will never change, because we are still recycling the same old people. Now look at Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar now, he started pushing his we all know that he's already campaigning. and he wants to come out for the 2000, to the next election. He wants to come out in the next election. And now I'm just following these new kidnapped girls, right, that have just been released. I mean, the whole story, the whole story involving these girls that was kidnapped under how many weeks or under how many days they were released. And when they were released, the people that kidnapped them, drove them back in a pickup truck with no the military roadblock that we have come to get used to. With nothing. They took the girls away and they brought the girls back. They said about 5 of them lost their life. 5 of the girls. So I will not be surprised, because there's a lot of hole in this story. There's a lot of hole in this story. The story doesn't add up. It doesn't add up anywhere you want to look at it. So it doesn't add up. So that's why I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that the story, there's more to it than meets the eyes. Anyway, what I'm trying to say in this whole thing, that Nigeria election, it's shit. I'm not going to criticize the youth, because that's going to be a lazy thing to do. I'm not going to sit here and criticize the youth, that the youth are the problem of. Yeah, we are the problem of this thing. But I have to admit myself, I'm not just going to sit here with a different opportunity right in front of me and criticize the people that don't have the opportunity that I have. But however, the people who I'm going to criticize are the people that have decided, the young ones who decided to go into politics and follow the statu quo. Those are the people I think that needs to be criticized in this case. Because they go in there, they don't care, and they extend their hand. Whatever touches their hand, they accept it like that. They are not there to cause any change. They're not there to provoke any change. They're nothing. Even the ones who are not involved in politics but who are there to vote, they just sit down and wait whoever gives them the biggest offer. I'm not saying you shouldn't take offer. That's part of your, you should take it. But that shouldn't influence you when you go to the vote. You can't, if a man comes up to me now and say, vote for me, I will do this, I will do that, deep down inside my heart, I know that guy is shit. I'm gonna take it. Whatever he offers me, I will take it. But when I go into that day, on that day to vote, he's not gonna be there with me when I vote. I'm gonna vote what I believe in. Even if 5 of them come straight to me and say, take this 500, take this 1,000, take this, I'll take all of them. I'm sorry, I will take it. But when I go on that day to vote, I will still vote my conscience. Sorry you've given me that money, but I just believe you're not good enough for it. Sorry you've given me such amount. I'm sorry you're not good enough. I did not go to, you came to offer it to me. I never asked you. You gave it to me on your own free will. So I'll take it. But when I go there to vote, I'll vote my conscience. What I actually truly believed in. Who I believed. Even if that person wasn't part of the people that came to offer me money, even if he wasn't part of them, I'll still cast my vote for him. Because I believe deep down inside my heart that, yeah, he's the right person for it, even if he hasn't given me anything. So if we start to have that concept in our mind that, okay, I don't care, offer me whatever you want to offer me, but when I go on that day to vote, I'm going to be on my own private, that little space. Nobody's going to tell me what to vote for. Nobody's going to point to who I'm going to vote for. Nobody's going to take my hand and put my hand on that little space and vote for who I don't want to vote. No, it becomes me and my vote and my conscience. So on that day, I will vote what I truly believe in, even after taking money from all of the corrupt politicians that come to offer it to me. I will take everything offered to me, because yes, I never went to ask for it. They willingly brought it down to me, and I will accept it. But on that day, I will vote my conscience. I will vote for who I truly, deep down in my heart, believe that it's going to make the change. Maybe at the end of the day, if he or she doesn't live to expectation, then I'll say, yes, I did vote for him, but sorry, he never lived to what he preached. Then I have the opportunity next time to vote for someone different. That's just my own 2 cents into this whole thing. Anyway, I just wish that Nigerian youth were going to start thinking differently. The younger people, because even the older ones do think differently than we do. The older ones do actually, I'm not saying all of them, but most of them do actually go there and vote to their conscience, because they've lived through this thing all their life. They know the consequences of it. But we younger ones, we don't care. A lot of us don't care because at that moment, we're like, okay, what's going on at that moment? We just want to be involved in what's going on at that moment. You can be involved with what's going on at that moment, but you can be involved with a lot of sense to it. You need to put your 2 cents into it. Anyway, guys, I don't want to talk a lot, because it's still a long day, and I'll just encourage a lot of you. It's a very interesting story, this Cambridge story unfolding. I'll encourage a lot of you to read it. To even read the Guardian article is very interesting, so that you all understand the length a lot of politicians are going, the length of what politics is all about now. Anyway, I wish you all good luck, okay? Have a lovely day.